Richard, you're first up tonight.
Alrighty.
When I worked in a shoe shop, my boss was called Mr. Clog. Remarkably, I've had 3 other jobs where my boss's name was directly related to their profession.
I love that.
What? The obvious question to ask is, what were those jobs and what were these people's names?
Yeah, it is an obvious question. Is it maybe too obvious a question? Maybe go somewhere else first, just...
I want to know about the first. Just tell us one of the jobs.
At school, I worked in a warehouse and the boss was called Mr. Foreman.
Mr. Foreman? OK. And what was your job? Getting stuff down from the top shelf,
yes.
obviously.
How would you rate Foreman as a boss? If he was suspicious, would he grill you?
Foreman? Yeah, listen.
Got it.
Very good.
Took me a second.
Why did you have so many jobs? Did you keep getting sacked?
No further questions.
What were the other 2 jobs?
Yeah, what was the other jobs?
I worked in... Do you remember the predecessor to Iceland, which was B-Jam?
Yeah.
My supervisor was called John Frost.
Frost, B-Jam. You can see why B-Jam didn't last, because people will go, why don't they just call it honey? Your final job was?
I may have misheard that. I'm still Italian. Okay, sorry. I may have misheard that, but my mind went dirty. But I don't think that was supposed to be dirty. Again, no questions, please. Again, don't ask. If you got it, you got it. I'm sorry.
Well, it was my first ever job in television.
And that was?
It was a researcher on a computer games programme.
OK, and your boss is called?
My boss is called Tony Verrill.
What does Verrill mean?
That's
in relation
what
to
do you mean? It's a surname, but his initials were TV.
That was great.
Of all these bosses that you remember, Richard, who would you say was your favourite boss? What was it about that boss that made them
Well,
so
John
adorable?
Frost wasn't really my boss, so I liked him. We had a bit more of a relationship. Mr. Foreman, I found that was quite stressful. It was one of my first ever jobs. And Tony Verrill still works in the industry, so I will not be passing comment.
Tony Verrill still works
in the industry.
I've never come across him.
Yeah, I've not come across Tony
Have you come
Verrill.
across him, David?
Yeah, I think I've worked with Tony. Verrill. Sure, not 100%, but yeah.
Do you know who Tony Verrill is?
No.
Tony Verrill?
No, never heard of him.
It's weird that none of us 3 have heard of Tony Verrill, and yet all you 3 have heard of Tony Verrill.
Catherine
hasn't.
Catherine has or hasn't?
I haven't, but it rings a bell.
Oh, so you...
What do you think? Truth or lie?
Truth or
I
lie?
totally want to Google that, but I don't want to cheat. But I don't know. My gut reaction is to believe him. Especially since he delayed at the beginning to have time to think. That's a game most of the truthers play. So I kind of feel that. Also, I feel like it's something very weird for the wilty production team to put on the card if it were a lie. It's like very specific and very much relies on his improv talent. I get that that's the whole show and stuff, but it was like very, I don't know. I'm gonna go with yeah. I'm just gonna. Oh, also when they said how many jobs did you have? Did you keep getting sacked? I have a friend, dude, that he's just a little older than me. I think he's 33 right now, so 30-ish. He keeps telling me every time we meet and speak and whatever, he always tells me about a past job I've never heard before. He's had so many jobs. It's like he's had multiple lives. because he also spent years in school studying to be an engineer and like a lot of things. And he's had so many. And when you ask him, well, how long did you work there? And it's like, it's not like, oh, just 10 days or something. So it makes sense that he had a bunch of jobs. It's a year, 2 years. I spent a year and a half here. I don't get it. And they're all so different from one. It's just, some people are like that. Some people live multiple lives just crammed into one. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't get how he did that. It always shocks me. Anyway, what did I said true.
Because I think you're almost certainly sort of geeky enough to keep a record of that sort of thing, and it's the type of thing that would amuse you and you'd remember at the time. On the other hand, it's also the type of thing that you could quickly construct to be clever. It's a challenging one. What do you think?
Lie?
Yes, I think so.
I'll have to say lie.
You say lie. OK.
Just because of Tony Verrill.
Richard, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Damn it!
Yes, it's a lie.
Well
Richard's
done.
never worked in a shoe shop with Mr. Clog.